Welcome YouTube, this is Acid Roots and I've got a Motograter review for you. So this is their only album and the name of the group comes from an instrument that they made that is a type of guitar and it is called the Motograter. So with this group they had the lead vocalist Ivan Moody. Now Ivan Moody is from Five Finger Death Punch, that's probably where you know him from now. But this was something he did back in 2003, 2002. And that he continued to be with the band up until the year 2005, but eventually left and they went on hiatus. So a long time, lots of stuff has happened since 2003. It's a long time ago, and there is no other album except for one EP that came out in 2009. So, to my knowledge, it's hard figuring out the exact reasons why, but a lot of members wound up leaving the band for various reasons. They were just not able to get that second album out. I would have liked to have heard another Ivan Moody project with them, just to see if he would have been able to carry them even further. Because the thing about this project is it's a real rough album, but as far as like the polish, that when you get to getting platinum and triple platinum and that sort of stuff, you have the singles that are on it that feel like these are just anthems. And I feel like this is a good album as far as having hit rock songs, but I know that had they had that second, third album with the group that they did with this one, the best songs would have been yet to come. That's about the only thing. I mean, really, there were at least 3 singles that made it to the radio. I don't know about No Name. That's like the only one I'm curious about if any stations play the song, but at least 2 songs did chart. And so what that meant was it's kind of similar to some other groups that you've heard, like Trap did this sort of thing, and there's groups like Cold and Orgy that have done the same thing, but usually you need more than 2 hits to get yourself running. So, but, this is, for what it is, there's 11 songs on this project. They are all pretty fiery. And I'm starting to adapt to the calmer songs. To me right now, I'm just trying to figure out where I would listen to these type songs, but it's working better for me. Like the 3rd single, No Name, is not necessarily that much metal as much as it is alternative metal, but it's getting to the point where these are not exactly the worst songs. You have to, it's whether or not a person thinks, okay, do I want every single song on this album to be a headbanging song? Do I want to go nuts on every single song? And I think the answer is, for a lot of people, that's probably a resounding no. Me getting used to that, it's taken time, but it's not necessarily going to be something anymore that I'm automatically going to knock points off the score because there's these type of songs. So No Name, and there's like one other song, I think it's New Design, that is like that also. But the first single, Suffocate, is up there with like Dig by Mudvayne and some Slipknot songs and maybe a little bit of Mushroom Head also. There's definitely some good ones. And I did enjoy the feel of Down, the second single. But yeah, so for what this is, it holds a lot of promise. But we just do not get the idea to getting this to expand. I feel as if the promotion for it was carried just enough to get people out and in the atmosphere versus getting a career started. Because you look at their future they had tours in 2003, but they didn't make it much further than 2004 with their lineup that worked on this album. So they did get to Ozfest, but you know, 2.5 years later, this group was not still doing their thing. So, but they did drop an EP. So I'm gonna give this album a 10, and I'm gonna name some of the direct highlights. There were only 2 songs on this project I did not enjoy, but I'll list the 9 songs that I did. So they were Suffocate, Down, Prophecies, Wrong, No Name, Collapse, New Design, Red, and Fight. Now, the highlights were Suffocate. That's one of the gnarliest songs on here. Down had a pretty upbeat feel to it. Wrong was a vicious song. No Name was kind of one of the alternative metal songs I was describing. And then Collapse is another one that makes you get fired up. So I picked some of those highlights as the ones to go for, because I think in a lot of ways, you know, some folks may like this project, but, you know, the problem with it is then why aren't there more popular songs that are being noted? And that seems to be the only problem, is, you know, folks may go to those, but I think we need further attention to this project due to how good it is. So the social score, which is how well it plays around your friends, I will give a 9 to it, because it did have 2 singles that charted, and I don't know how much promotion this project received and how long they lasted or how well they did at their shows. But, you know, if that 3rd single would have charted and there would have been a 4th one and then some album cuts that would have gotten plays, I probably would have. I mean, obviously a 9 is still good, but maybe I'll give it an 8. That seems like a better score as an 8. But the future, they are apparently working on an album that's going to come out this year. It may come out in 2017, but as of right now, it's supposed to come out in 2016. They have dropped the music video. I've looked for news on this group, but it's really sparse. So just kind of keep your ears up, and you should be able to know when they come back. But can this record be topped? Not really.